Hello everyone, this is Fix No One here with a gold farming video. A lot of people in the Twitch chat have been requesting for me to make one of these videos, so here we go. Today I'm going to tell you about the Suramar 2x4 raw gold farm. Now basically, like you'll see in the video that is showing, basically you are going to kill a bunch of mobs in Suramar. Basically, the faster you kill these and the larger of groups means that they'll spawn faster. They do this thing called hyper spawning. Basically, the 2x4 aspect of it is you get 2 groups of 4. That way, all 8 people participating can loot it, as long as 1 person in each group tags the mob. And everybody would be able to get all of the loot that's there. There's a lot of just greens, grays, vendor stuff. You can just pull out your Traveler's Tundra Mammoth or anything of the sort and vendor all of those. If you do want to try to sell some of the greens in the auction house, you could possibly make some transmog money, but we're not going to go over that in this particular video guide. But for right now, we're going off of that. This is a raw gold farm in that sense. So just vendoring all of that stuff, and then you will get some cloth from it. And I will teach you what to do with that as well. Basically, with the cloth that you get from these humanoids, you could take some Legion tailoring to basically make some more BOEs that you could still vendor. But as you can see in the video, you want to follow this little path, going from one of the top of the stairs over there or the bottom of the stairs over there, and just pull everything that way into one central location. That way they don't get leashed. And then just kill them all in that one general area. You will have some casters that you will either need to interrupt to get to that central area, or you could just kill them outright. Either way, you'll get a bunch of loot. With the amount of mobs that you should be pulling, you won't necessarily need to go and loot absolutely everything. You'll have a giant pile in that central location to loot from. Now, the ideal situation in this is you'll have at least, or usually at most, 1 Brewmaster Monk that takes the Ox statue talent. That way they can have all of the mobs taunted to this one central spot. And then, including the monk, literally everyone is going around and pulling these mobs all to the central location. Now, every now and then people can, stand around and AoE them down type of thing, but in the ideal situation, everyone is pulling. And also, as you can see at some points in this video, I, as the Brewmaster Monk, I don't have that much mobility, or, there are other classes like druids or hunters or mages that can do it better than me. And so they will actually have already pulled a bunch of the mobs, so I basically just can't do anything at that point. But what I have found is this is a really solid, as long as you don't find people who go AFK or just sit around and don't pull at all, this is a pretty solid gold farming method. Now, what I have noticed from this is I did a test. I did 15 minutes, and I have done this in my own personal time, but for the sake of this video, I did a 15-minute video of what you would be able to see. And of course, you can multiply that by 4 to see a gold per hour type of thing. Now, in the 15 minutes, I got 1,600 raw gold, and then I actually got a BOE ring that was worth 6,200 gold. Now, aside from that, I did get 397 cloth. Now, what I can tell you about the cloth is that there are several different ways that you could go about the cloth, and it really just depends on if you want to incorporate the auction house, but I usually do the safe option of a raw gold farm aspect of it. Now, for me, I always craft the Legion pants with tailoring. Basically, by crafting these pants, I have found this to be the most cost-efficient route to take. It makes the cloth worth about 1.69 gold each cloth. Now, you could also take that cloth and make bags out of it, the silk weave satchel. For my server, at least, the satchels are going for 150 gold each. So right now, the cloth would be slightly lower of value as opposed to making the pants just a vendor. But I will say as well, on my server, if you want to sell the cloth outright, on my server it's going for 6 gold and 60 silver each cloth. So I mean, that'd be, you know, at least 3 times the value, but it would be a slow sell because everybody is doing the Suramar farm at this point. Also, Wowhead, as a more average auction house pricing point, would say that it's like 3.74 gold per cloth. But for me, I always go the safe route and just make the pants and vendor those. So if you just want to go off of the raw gold as well as the safe method with the cloth, just making the pants, you're looking at 9,000 gold an hour based off of my findings here. Now that's not including the BOE ring that I did find. If you go the high route, if you go off of my server's auction house prices for cloth plus the raw gold, you could be looking at 16,500 gold an hour. Now, if you were to add BOEs into that, and you're lucky like my wife, and you can get 4 or 5 BOEs every hour, basically, then you could add anywhere from, you know, 24,000 to 30,000 on top of that. So, in all reality, this farm, depending on your RNG and what method you want to take with the cloth, you could be making anywhere between 9,000 gold and, you know, like 45,000 gold an hour. I mean, this is a pretty solid farm, and from what I've seen, it's just continuing. Now, things to watch out for, like I said, with this farm, it's all about the group actually, you know, taking it seriously and farming. Not everyone needs to just stand around in AoE. Everyone should be pulling. That being said, there will be times where people just have to stand around, like you could see in the video. Even me as a Brewmaster Monk, I'm basically just having to stand around because druids, hunters, mages, they've all just gone ahead and pulled. As far as requirements for the group, a Brewmaster Monk with the Ox statue. If you can get a hunter that takes Barrage, all they have to do is just a 360 spin while casting Barrage, and they can pull most of the mobs to the Ox statue even. And other than that, it's just high mobility. There will be some people that are, you know, 110 or somewhere between 110 and 120 that are either capped at 110 because they don't have Battle for Azeroth, or they are leveling via this method and making gold. Usually, if you are the group leader, you know, replace them with a 120 because they will die quite a few times. And yeah, if this worked out for you, just let me know in the comments down below, and I hope that you make a bunch of gold. Thank you so much for watching this. Shout out to the Twitch chat for encouraging me to make a video like this. If you could, subscribe to the channel, follow me on Twitch, twitch.tv/fixnoone. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. Have a good one.